It's Wednesday, September 8. This is the news on PBCJ. I'm Carol Francis. Discussions about Portmore becoming Jamaica's 15th parish are ongoing. Chairman of the Joint Select Committee, Dr. Andrew Wheatley, says major areas of concern in the proposed plan, including traffic flow, are being ironed out.
It is quite clear that the question or issues that have come about as well, concerns raised by a number of persons and entities as relates to the congestion in Portmore, getting into Portmore and getting out of Portmore, that the work that is being planned should greatly improve the flow of traffic, especially during peak hours. We see that every morning and every afternoon where persons are having difficulty, are facing difficulty getting into and out of Portmore.
I want to signal Mr. Chairman that from the opposition standpoint, we will, when the substantive report is prepared, we will make our reviews, and at that point in time we will, based on what is prepared in the report, make a determination as to what our position will be.
We need to take a decision whether we are in agreement with the proposal for the Portmore municipality to become the 15th parish of Jamaica. Those in favor? Aye. Aye. You can unmute those persons online.
Aye. Aye.
Those against? Member Morris? No, I just want to know his position.
Mr. Chairman, I've been asking you to speak, and you can't rush me into a vote when you don't allow me to speak. I am not going to be anybody's puppet, and I am leaving this. Okay, Member Morris, noted. The ayes have it, members. Thank you.
Jamaica is home to over 300 endemic species of trees. After decades of logging, Jamaica has had a lot of its trees decimated. Over the last 2 years, the steward of Jamaica's trees, the Forestry Department, has reforested more than 300 hectares, at least 50% native tree species. The work is being done with the help of the European Union.
The Forestry Department has so far met all annual targets outlined, and the local forest industry is gaining recognition and interest as a driver of growth and active participant as well in ensuring inclusive prosperity for our people here in Jamaica.
The program is slated for completion in 2022.
The revised Forest Act, for instance, will not only have more teeth, but it will have stronger penalties for offenses that destroy and negatively impact our forest. It will also seek to ensure that our people are able to benefit from this tremendous resource while we protect this tremendous resource.
Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries Floyd Green is advising the public that the Conch season is closed as of August 1 and remains in effect until February 28, 2022. It is illegal to sell, possess, or import Conch meat products after August 21. The closed season is designed to replenish the island's Conch stock. We have more in this report.
Exported as a delicacy, Queen Conch is loaded with protein, iron, and omega-3. It is also been touted among the new superfoods. A 2020 survey shows a major improvement in the density of conch stock by approximately 16%, to over 180 conchs per hectare. This follows a ban in 2018 on the fishing of conch to allow for the replenishment of stock. Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries Floyd Green says there will be an allowance for a total catch of 250 and 300 metric tons for industrial and small traditional fishers when the season starts. A number of stringent regulations have been put in place by the National Fisheries Authority, NFA, for conch season. They include no fishing for conch in the areas east of the South Key. The regulations also stipulate that all conch fishing vessels must operate on a real-time monitoring system that the NFA can track. Minister Green says the authorities are on a full enforcement drive to protect Jamaica's conch industry from foreign and local poachers from fishing in the country's waters. For the news on PBCJ, I am Marlon Samuels.
The U.S. Center for Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC, has placed Jamaica on its list of highest risk destinations for travelers. The CDC's list of travel notices range from level 1, which is low, to level 4, regarded as very high. Jamaica is on the CDC's level 4 status list. The agency has advised persons planning to travel to Jamaica to be fully vaccinated. One of the stereotypes associated with islands is that of coconuts, but far from being a stereotype, this ubiquitous crop presents great export potential for farmers. In this report, Marlon Samuels explores this probable market.
Coconut water is a popular drink in Jamaica and the world. Drinking coconut water straight from the nut contributes to the relaxed, idyllic setting associated with Jamaica and the image of no problem. It is not only deliciously refreshing, it's also good for our health. Coconut contains a lot of essential nutrients, including vitamins, minerals, amino acids, and antioxidants. Virgin coconut oil is proven to boost brain function in persons diagnosed with Alzheimer's. Coconut is also good for rehydration, improves cardiovascular health, promotes blood sugar control, and contributes to weight loss. Coconuts are used to make several items including sugar and a range of baked goods including bread. The coconut industry is an important source of employment and income in rural communities. In Jamaica, the production of coconut is concentrated in St. Thomas, St. Mary, and Portland. In 2017, there were about 4,700 small farmers involved in the cultivation of coconuts. The global market for organic coconut water and coconut milk is expected to grow more than 15% over the next 5 years. Farmers in Jamaica are encouraged to take advantage of the market demands for coconut water and coconut products for food security and the export market. But it's easier said than done. The industry is far from the relaxing, no-problem images seen in photographs. In Jamaica, it has been hit by a number of problems. Reports are that over 50 varieties of coconuts have been introduced into the island because of hurricanes and diseases. Farmers not only have to contend with diseases and pests, they need to be able to access export markets. In 2020, COVID-19 reportedly placed a damper on the industry. It has affected production and demand by creating supply chain and market disruptions. The Coconut Industry Board is there to help. It provides a roadmap for developing the industry. The board advises growers of best practices and provide quality planting materials. It is also involved in research and development and has been working on creating a high-yield and disease-resistant coconut palm. In 2015, Jamaica imported 1.3 billion Jamaican dollars worth of coconuts and coconut byproducts to satisfy local demand. In 2020, the Coconut Board planned to complete the acquisition of 1,000 acres of property. The property is to be used to establish a new seed garden, nursery, and farm. It is expected to provide raw materials for the establishment of a coconut water and coconut oil factory. For the news on PBCJ, I am Marlon Samuels.
The old Harbour Tax Office was reopened to the public with a skeleton staff on Wednesday, September 8 from 8:30 in the morning to 2 in the afternoon. The TAJ is advising taxpayers who visit the location that mainly cashier transactions, The payment of taxes or fees will be facilitated. In today's business report, we look at the recent launch of the Barita APO, plus we get our regular market updates. Investment company Barita is looking to raise capital with its latest additional public offering APO of at least 160 million new ordinary shares. The APO opened on September 3 and closes on September 21. The price has been set at a discounted rate of $80 per share. Since the first notice of the APO, the stock price moved up from the low $83.90 to $92.77. The APO was launched last Friday. Vice President of Asset Management and Research, Norman Small Ferguson, said the current COVID-19 pandemic has not dampened the company's expansion appetite.
Well, our thought behind raising capital at this juncture is really driven by the opportunities that we're seeing for the company's continued growth and expansion. And that's really why we're going to the shareholders to give them an opportunity to participate in that continued growth. The fact of the matter is, the pandemic has steeled our resolve as an organization that we need to drive growth in the context of prudent risk management. And a key part of that risk management is funding opportunities appropriately. So many of the opportunities that we're seeing are most appropriately funded by long-term capital, which is why we're approaching the market again to raise equity.
The company raised $13.5 billion in an APO last September. In Tuesday's trading session, the JSE combined index advanced by 154 points to close at over 414,000 units. Overall market activity resulted from trading in 88 stocks, of which 42 advanced, 30 declined, and 16 traded firm. The junior market index advanced by 31 points to close at over 3,000 units. Stocks advanced for 1834 Investments Limited, Berger Paints Jamaica Limited, and Blue Power Group Limited. Stocks declined for AMG Packaging and Paper Company Limited, CAC 2009.5 Preference Shares, and Caribbean Assurance Brokers Limited. Trading firm were Access Financial Services Limited, Barita Investments Limited, and Cargo Handlers Limited. Sagicor Select Fund Limited Financial was the volume leader with over 65.2 million units, followed by Wigton Wind Farm Limited ordinary shares with over 1.7 million units, and Future Energy Source Company Limited ordinary shares with over 1.2 million units. In foreign exchange trading for Tuesday, September 7, the US dollar sold for an average $151.06. The Canadian dollar ended trading at $120.25. The pound sterling traded for $208.75, and the euro sold for an average $179.80. In market data for oil, prices rose on Wednesday as U.S. Gulf of Mexico producers made slow progress in rebuilding output, although gains were capped by a stronger dollar and concerns about the impact on demand of rising coronavirus infections. Brent crude futures saw an increase of 60 cents at $72.29 a barrel. West Texas Intermediate crude rose 70 cents to sell for $69.05 a barrel. Did you know that premature tooth loss can make you look older? One of the benefits of good oral health is that it can make you look 10 years younger. What are the daily habits that you can employ to get better dental health? In today's Living Healthy report, we bring you another HD Jazz Health feature courtesy of Dr. Heather Dawn Lawson-Myers of Ligonier Family Dental. She tells us how.
We're on a journey to appreciating the value of good oral health. So where does Stop 2 take us? Come see for yourself. to look 10 years younger, you have to start with the basics, brushing and flossing. That's what's going to ensure that you have a firm foundation. You want your gums and the bone underneath to be healthy, because unhealthy bone means lack of bone support, and that means you lose your teeth prematurely. Aging. Even if you don't lose your teeth immediately, your teeth start to look longer and more spaces develop between your teeth. Aging. So, brushing and flossing automatically gives you a more youthful look. Do you know that your teeth get a little darker as you age? So, whitening can do a little something for you. Over-the-counter things like whitening strips or so are good, but if you need a little more, a prescription strength whitening agent in a dental office might just be the trick. What about those teeth that don't look quite positioned well? Sometimes we can put on crowns and veneers to reshape the teeth, or if it's more involved, you might need orthodontic treatment, going to the dental specialist who changes the alignment of your teeth. Over time, if you're clenching and grinding, you can really wear down your teeth. And shorter teeth means that your mouth sags and you age. So, correcting the bite, opening up that vertical dimension creates a very youthful appearance, and you don't look as if your mouth is mashed. Do you know that missing teeth make your cheeks sag? Putting in dentures or implants or bridges, any of those tooth replacement methods that we've spoken about before, see the link. You can get more details on them. Any of those things can help to support your cheekbones and enhance your smile. There's a lot that you can do to look younger. Start with the basics, have a good evaluation, see what needs to be done, and then step out looking 10 years younger. So the key to looking 10 years younger, regaining that youthful look, start with a healthy smile. Healthy gums and teeth look fabulous. If they're a little dingy, you can get them whitened. If they're malpositioned or crooked, orthodontics can straighten them up, or you can cover them and create a whole new look with veneers and crowns. Missing spaces? Fill out those cheeks with your implants and your bridges. Listen, I'm going to take you to that secret place. It's right. I'll tell you the next time. I'll catch you next time on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and our LFD website. See you next time on HD's Jazz.
In regional news, in a few days, thousands of Bahamians will head to the polls. But with the country battling another wave of COVID-19, the government has yet to state a definitive position on allowing COVID-19 positive persons and those in quarantine to vote. Health officials are recommending that they not be allowed. Jasmine Brown of OUR News reports.
The discussion, but I can say that the health professionals in the Ministry of Health, the ones who basically make recommendations, are recommending to the government that these persons not, N-O-T, not be allowed to vote.
The health minister addressed the matter outside cabinet, telling reporters the government is looking at ways to accommodate quarantined and COVID positive voters. He added that an announcement on the matter will be made soon.
The government has come back and says, but if we do allow them to vote, give us an idea as to how best this can take place. The law, interestingly enough, the Parliamentary Act, I believe, allows for the creation of a space or a place for those infirmed, something along those lines. If if I remember correctly. So we are looking at ways to see how it is possible.
If the government takes that advice, such a decision could impact up to 6,400 people, says Wells. On Monday, the Progressive Liberal Party threatened legal action if quarantined individuals are prevented from voting in the general election. National Security Minister Marvin Dames says he's not worried.
I'm not going to get into the political posturing today. I'm not going to get into the back and forth with the Progressive Liberal Party. They've been saying a lot of things that's not making much sense to me.
Deliberations on whether such voters will be accommodated on Election Day comes as the Bahamas continues to see a surge in COVID cases, hospitalizations, and deaths. Just over 19,000 COVID cases have been confirmed in the Bahamas since March 2020. It is unclear how many COVID-positive individuals are registered to vote.
Currently in the country, we have about some 3,408 active cases of COVID. That means those are folks who are still positive. They're not hospitalized, but they're positive with COVID. 3,408. We have in quarantine approximately somewhere around 3,000 or so. I still need to get the defined number. In addition to the positive cases. And so, but the government is looking at this. We understand the issues of the constitutionality of folks wanting to exercise their rights, and so a discussion is going to be had.
Now, both ministers say the final decision will be up to Cabinet, and they insist whatever that decision is, it will be one that they think is for the Bahamian people. Reporting for our news, I'm Jasmine Brown.
Over in St. Lucia, the Christian Council has responded to the uproar over the 24-hour COVID-19 related curfew on Sundays. We get the details in this report from HTS News Force.
The St. Lucia Christian Council has sought to clear the air on the brewing controversy swirling around Christian churches involving Sunday's lockdown and its intrusion on religious freedom, as deemed by devout Roman Catholic and former Member of Parliament for Castries Central, Sarah Flood Bobra. Bobra earlier this week wrote to the leadership of the Roman Catholic Church imploring Archbishop Robert Rivas to defend the rights of worshippers in the face of what she sees as an attack on religious freedom. Though not making specific reference to the call by Sarah Flood Bobra, the chairman of the St. Lucia Christian Council, Christian Glasgow, says the churches are fully aware of the need to make sacrifices for the common good.
The Christian Council is concerned, like everyone else, about the state of the nation relative to this fourth wave spread, and we are encouraging all persons to get on board with working together for the alleviation of this particular fourth wave. We must bear in mind that whatever happens here as a nation, it affects all of us. If we are able to stem this fourth wave effectively, the entire nation benefits. If this fourth wave continues for a longer period, the entire nation will feel the pinch of this.
Glasgow, who also serves as Archdeacon for the Anglican Church in St. Lucia, says the Christian Council will continue to call on its members to follow the protocols and to get vaccinated in order to get this fourth wave of COVID-19 under control.
The Christian Council, through its several members, have been simply advocating that we follow the protocols, and not only via lip service, but in very tangible ways. Some of the membership have used their property as vaccination centers, as we've done here at Holy Trinity Anglican Church. All of us, during the regular worship times, take the time to speak to our members, to encourage them to follow the protocols, and also to get vaccinated. And we use the several media platforms available to us to do this. Relative to how we take care of our membership during lockdowns.
Even in the adversity of the pandemic, the churches have seen an emerging advantage with the use of technology to reach a worldwide audience.
For most of us, pre-COVID-19, we started experimenting with using the several media platforms, including the internet and Facebook and YouTube, to spread the gospel. Having said this, we also, during the lockdown, continued to use these avenues to spread the gospel. And for us, it is something that we will persist with even after the COVID-19 experience. For we have noted that using the social media and all the platforms available, we have no longer just a national reach, but actually a global reach for spreading the gospel. Thus, whenever we have had the lockdowns in the past, and now in the present, and even for the future, the several members of the conference churches will use the necessary technology to meet the needs of the membership.
Though staying clear of the ongoing dispute, the Christian Council made known its position on the adherence to the protocols, calling on Christians to make the necessary sacrifices for their own good and for that of their St. Lucian society. Stanley Lucian for the HDS News Force.
Over now to sports. The Reggae Boys will square off against Costa Rica today, Wednesday, September 8th, in a FIFA World Cup 2020 qualifying match in Costa Rica. The match is a crucial one for the Reggae Boys, who find themselves at the bottom of its group standings after defeats to Mexico and Panama. Jamaica is drawn in a group with Canada, Mexico, Costa Rica, Panama, Honduras, El Salvador, and Gold Cup champions, the United States. State Minister in the Ministry of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport, Orlando Terrelong, welcomed home members of Jamaica's teams to the 2020 Paralympic Games. The team included manager and coach Neville Sinclair, 8-time Olympian Sylvia Grant, judo competitor Theodore Suba, and judo coach Stephen Moore.
The ultimate goal was to bring home a medal. Falling short of that, I think I did pretty well. This is my first major competition. Well, not the first, but Olympics, being at the Olympic level, it's my first time.
Well, the performance was rough because people out there are more stronger than me. But I go out there and I do my best. I get my personal best at this game.
You were satisfied?
Yeah, I was satisfied.
He also welcomed first Taekwondo representative at the Paralympics, Shauna K. Hines.
My experience at the Paralympics first time, it was an amazing experience seeing different countries around the world, you know, with all disabilities. My knowledge has been exposed to different kind of disabilities and how despite having a disability, everybody around the world come together as one.
Minister Terrelong expressed pride in the Paralympians.
The beauty about Paralympics is that it says exactly what our government stands for. It's about equality and it's about inclusion, and it relates to all our athletes. So it is always a pleasure of mine to come out here, you know, to welcome our athletes home, especially our Paralympians, because of that spirit of determination, that spirit of resilience, even now so, which is an important lesson and important qualities for all Jamaicans as we battle the COVID pandemic.
The Tokyo Paralympic Games was held from August 24 to September 5. Jamaica finished with no medals. And that's our package. Join us again tomorrow, same time, same place, for more news and sports right here on PBCJ, the People's Station.